Hello, everybody. To quote Keo, sub Sprint fam. How's everybody doing today? Uh, got a good crowd so far. I love popping in and seeing the chat just buzzing and ready to go. Everybody ready to get those words in. How was everybody's long weekend? Hello, NJ. Uh, for those of you that had a long weekend, this is this is our first sprint of the week, regardless if it was a Monday holiday or not. So Uh, how's everybody doing? What are we working on today? What are we writing? Give me some good news today, folks. What's going on? Hello, everybody. Uh, chiming in on the chat. Good to see you all. I am uh working on editing my um my 60-day novel challenge novel. This is I think I'm on chapter 10 that I'm going through rewriting and doing some edits, and I have some editor notes that I'm going through and making changes, and so working through that, and um, hoping, fingers crossed, hoping that I might publish this book, early spring. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm not trying to rush anything, but I got a lot to do this year, so don't need a book just sitting on the desk when, it could go out. So we'll see how it goes. Not making any promises, but when the edits get done and it goes back to the editor and everything's looking good, then we're gonna get at it because uh I have more books in this series to write. That's what I found when I wrote this murder mystery book is that it was a lot of fun and I figured out uh, kind of some of the things that I couldn't figure out years earlier when I'd been wanting to write a mystery. I just never could quite find the hook, and I figured it out. And then after I wrote this, I said, "This could be a series." So that's what I'm working on. We'll see. NJ said, "Good news! My children's book is coming along and should be out by March. Working on the formatting and a release plan. Awesome news, NJ. That is amazing news. Congratulations. Uh, let's see. Let's let me scroll back up through the comments and see what you guys are saying and what I might have missed out on. Ash Longworth said, "What's everyone listening to today? I have lo-fi covers of popular songs. I love a good lo-fi writing playlist. I've got a couple in Spotify. But today I am listening to Blackberry Smoke on Spotify, kind of a southern rock band. Anyway, that's what I'm listening to today. What do you guys listen to? Tell me in uh, in the chat here. Tell me something good to listen to. Uh, NJ said coming off an all nighter, so barely awake, but here. Uh, those are challenging days for sure. Let's see. What else? Tell me what you guys are working on. What projects are we writing? Are we editing? Are we working on marketing stuff? What's going on? Let's get something to talk about here. Um do do do. Ash Longworth says I can't nap. I wish I could. Same. If the sun is up, cannot go to sleep. That's terrible. But some of us are plagued that way. Um Bond says, "I really, really wanna write on my 60-day manuscript." Bond, we're here. Alright, NJ, poetry. Hello. Alright. Okay, I'll see you on the other side of 20. All right, everybody, that's the end of sprint number 1. Be sure to copy those words, that you've just written, put them into the next sprint, and yes, I'll post the link to sprint number 2 in the chat just in case you need a link to go with. And, thank you to Renee for reading over my shoulder as we go. Oh, let's see. Let's catch up on some comments. There were some comments that came in right before we started that sprint that I didn't get to. Let's see. Um, I had asked what everybody was working on, and Iva says I'm editing my first draft today. Congratulations, love it. NJ said my children's book is different than the anthology fundraiser, but I'm hoping both will be ready about the same time. I love a good anthology. I've had the privilege of being included in, I don't know, 8 or 9 different anthologies, maybe 10 over the years, and it especially ones where the editor picks a topic and everyone writes a story uh, toward that topic or based on that topic, and it's so fun to see everyone's different imagination and how they take the same writing prompt or plot point or whatever, and their imagination just goes in completely different directions. It's so much fun. um uh we've got some writing playlist comments. Hildurization. I rarely listen to anything while writing, but if I were to listen to something now, it would be Hands Up. uh I Love You by Madrugada. I don't know what that is, but I'll have to look it up. Cerintha says working on a backstory for a new D&D character named Cerintha. I love it. Nakana says editing my November project today. Uh, I think there's a lot of that going around. We had such an emphasis on writing that first draft in November, and took a little time off over the holidays, and coming back to it. Love it. Hopes is reworking my plot. What do you mean by that, Hope? Like, give us a little window into your writing process. Um, is this a plot that you for a book you are yet to write, or is this in the editing phase and you saw some plot holes that you're fixing, or are you in the middle of drafting and need to readjust your plan? What does that mean, reworking my plot? Because um, I I like the idea of I always know where I'm starting, I always know where I'm finishing, and then the middle can change, and sometimes I find myself reworking, um, what my not what my ultimate destination is, but what my sub destinations are to get me to that ultimate destination. Uh, Kyo said, I literally just woke up a few minutes ago. I feel that way, Kyo. If that makes any difference. Uh, Love you, not leave you. Got it. Uh, Renee just jumping in. Glad to have you all with us. Uh, let's see. Okay, so I've got a couple folks wanting to do some beta reading. I'll definitely put the word out when I'm ready for that. You know, maybe in another month or so, I'll be ready for some beta feedback. So I'll put the word out if you guys are interested. I'd be happy to have your eyeballs on it. Ash Longworth 911. Good grief! Congratulations. Um, let's see. Fiction Fairy 309. Rosalinda. Hello, Rosalinda. Glad to have you with us as always. 450. Daniel 241. David. Hi, all. Just managed to join. Uh, Glad to have you with us, David. It's always a pleasure seeing your face or your eye. Yes. Uh, we're in the 295, just short of 100, and I didn't. Well, but and folks, see you in the next break. Beep, 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 beep. All right, guys, that's sprint number 2 in the books. Be sure to copy your words. Put them over into sprint number 3. Oh no, sprint number 3 has already finished. Oh, it looks like I need to recreate sprint number 3 because did I choose AM instead of PM? Let me remake this real quick. Oh, shoot. Let's see. So everybody gets to watch me make a sprint live. Sorry about that, everybody. I'll get this done really quickly. And it's going to start at 12:25 and it's going to be publicly listed. All right. So let me join that. And the link to sprint number 3 is in the chat here. So sorry about that, guys. But as I was saying, take your words that you wrote previously and copy them over into sprint number 3. Okay. We avoided a crisis. Whew. Let's see. Now, what was I thinking? I got myself all flustered and I forgot. NJ, where can I find information about this anthology? I always love a good anthology. Where can I find out about it? And I just might take you up on that. I always need one more log on the fire, one more iron in the fire. Hank, you totally did that on purpose, so you would have an excuse to show us how to create a group. What? I'm not. Maybe no. I honestly didn't do that on purpose, but always happy to show you guys, how you can use these great tools, for yourself. We hope that you'll use wordsprints.org, to create writing sprints for you and your friends and, or just for yourself or whatever. That's, the tool's sitting there. It's free to use. You guys just, um, have at it. We love it when you do that. Let's see. How many words did we get here, folks? Let's see. Ash Longword 727, Berlin 130. And I'm probably grabbing some of these out of order. But like I said, I'm flustered because I had to avert a crisis. Fiction Fairy 480. Excuse me. David 263, Daniel 336. And let's see. Hope says, well, my standalone has become a quadrilogy. So I empathize. Yeah, that and if I remember right, we got to watch the quadrilogy happen in real time. If I love seeing, as Tolkien said, the story grew in the telling. That's one of my favorite things about writing is the way that things just take on a life of their own. All right, guys. Don't forget that tomorrow, in lieu of our standard writing sprints, Abby is hosting coffee hour over in Dabble U. And so be sure to go over to Dabble U and find the information and the link that you'll use to go there. She's been having an amazing time these last couple weeks with folks showing up and really getting it's really building community around writing, and that's what we'd love to see. And I know Abby would love to see you tomorrow. So we've got one more sprint. It's going to be kicking off here in less than a minute. You guys have tell me something about what your writing goals are for this week. Are you trying to get to a certain point in your novel? Are you is there certain editing that you're trying to get to? What's for me? I'm on chapter 10, and I have a total of 29 chapters in this book, so I'm about a third of the way through editing, and hopefully by the end of next week we'll be finished. Alright, here, because now we're going in number 3. I'll see you guys on the other side. Okay, everybody, that's sprint number 3. Hope you guys had a good writing session. Um, I was working in my Dabble project most of the time, but got some things moved around and ready to move on to chapter 11 almost. Hope you guys did well. Um, like I said, be sure to check out Abby's coffee hour tomorrow and join in there. I know you'll have a great time. Fiction Fairy 310, Zarentha 333, Rosalinda 472, Daniel 468, David 390, Ash Longworth 472. Boy, you guys are just stacking up uh, the words today. Love it. Thank you guys for joining us today. And I hope that your rest of your writing week goes well. Abby's got the coffee hour tomorrow. Thursday, Abby and I have a fireside chat. And so be sure to join us at standard podcast time. That's 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central. And join us. We're going to talk all about writing. I'll see you guys next week, or I'll see you Thursday, but I'll see you back at Writing Sprint Tuesdays next week. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day, y'all.